Hold on tight, these are 10 of the craziest cars you've never seen. From flying experiments to tiny city legends, these machines will blow your mind. You won't believe some of these actually hit the streets until now. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss a single insane ride. Get ready, the first car is about to change everything you thought you knew about vehicles. Leyat Helica. The Leyat Helica wasn't just a car, it was an airborne experiment on wheels. Built in France during the 1920s, it looked more like a small airplane than an automobile. Its creator, Marcel Leyat, dared to challenge conventional engineering at every turn. Powered by a massive propeller at the front, it moved without the standard engine or wheels we expect. Lightweight wood and aluminum gave it a surreal, almost fragile appearance. To see this vehicle in motion is to witness history flirting with pure madness. Few vehicles capture imagination like this one, a true marriage of flight and road. It's a strange blend of audacity, creativity, and sheer mechanical courage. Forget doors, forget heavy frames, the Helica was stripped to essentials. Its single-seat cabin forced drivers into a pilot-like posture, gripping a joystick instead of a wheel. Weighing barely 250 kilograms, it could glide across roads like a wind-driven toy. The propeller, originally designed for airplanes, spun at astonishing speed to move it forward. Despite its bizarre concept, Leyat tested it on public streets, turning heads and dropping jaws. Every detail screamed innovation, from the spindly wheels to the skeletal fuselage design. It was a daring dance with physics that most engineers wouldn't dare attempt. Watching it today feels like stepping into a mad inventor's wildest dream. Only a handful were ever built, making it one of the rarest classic vehicles in existence. Collectors and enthusiasts today regard the Helica as a symbol of fearless experimentation. Its daring mechanics inspired other engineers to rethink what a car could truly be. Though impractical, it proved that imagination often outruns convention in automotive history. The Helica reminds us that some vehicles are more art than transport. Seeing it today is a glimpse into a world where physics, courage, and creativity collided. It remains a timeless reminder that innovation often begins with bold, ridiculous ideas. This little-known marvel continues to fascinate anyone who dares to dream differently. But wait, what's coming next will completely blow your mind. Amphicar Model 770. Imagine a car that drives on land and floats on water without missing a beat. The Amphicar Model 770 made this wild dream a reality in the 1960s. Its unique design blurred the line between automobile and boat, turning heads everywhere. With a sleek, rounded body and rear-mounted propellers, it moved seamlessly in lakes and rivers. Drivers didn't need to dock the road, and water became one playground. Only a few thousand were ever produced, making it a rare collector's fantasy today. It was a bold statement of innovation in a time dominated by conventional cars. People couldn't believe their eyes when it rolled off the street and straight into water. The Amphicar weighed just over a ton, but handled both surfaces with surprising ease. Twin rear propellers powered it through water, while a conventional engine drove the wheels. Steering felt familiar on land, but controlled movement in water through clever engineering. Rubber seals, lightweight steel, and a hull-like body allowed it to float without sinking. Its top speed was modest 70 miles per hour on roads and 7 knots in water, but enough to thrill. Convertible models let drivers enjoy sun and surf at the same time. Every detail reflected a marriage of practicality and sheer audacity in design. It challenged engineers to rethink what a vehicle could accomplish beyond the streets. The Amphicar quickly became a symbol of 1960s innovation and playful extravagance. Movies, advertisements, and wealthy owners embraced it as a novelty icon. While few exist today, enthusiasts celebrate its dual-purpose ingenuity at shows worldwide. It proved that transport doesn't have to be limited to a single surface. Collectors prize originality, charm, and the historical wow factor it carries. Even decades later, it continues to inspire designers experimenting with hybrid vehicles. The Model 770 reminds us that creativity often thrives where logic seems impossible. Its legacy lives on as one of the strangest and most fascinating cars ever made. And now get ready for something that changes everything. BMW Isetta 300. Tiny, quirky, and instantly recognizable, the BMW Isetta 300 changed city driving forever. Produced in the 1950s, it was designed for efficiency and maximum economy. Its most unusual feature, a single front door that swung open like a spaceship hatch. With seating for two, it could squeeze into spaces no other car could reach. Despite its small size, it became a symbol of post-war innovation in Europe. People laughed at its bubble shape, yet everyone wanted to try it out. It proved that big ideas don't need big vehicles to make an impact. Seeing one on the street feels like stepping into a futuristic cartoon from the past. The Isetta weighed less than 400 kilograms yet offered surprising stability. Powered by a 298cc single-cylinder engine, it could reach speeds up to 50 miles per hour. Its front-mounted steering and unique handlebar control made it feel more like a motorcycle. Windows curved around the bubble body, giving passengers panoramic views. Its tiny wheels and short wheelbase allowed it to navigate narrow European streets with ease. Fuel efficiency was remarkable, a true microcar designed for economy, not speed. Every detail reflected clever engineering packed into a compact, lovable frame. It was small in size but enormous in influence on urban mobility trends. The Isetta became an icon of 1950s design and ingenuity across the globe. It helped BMW survive post-war economic challenges and gain international attention. Collectors today treasure its quirky charm, rare models, and unmistakable front door. Its design inspired microcars and city vehicles for decades to come. People remember it not just as a car, but as a statement of creativity under constraints. It showed that efficiency, style, and fun could coexist in a single tiny vehicle. Even now, it draws smiles wherever it appears, a miniature marvel of automotive history. The BMW Isetta 300 proves that sometimes the smallest cars leave the biggest impression, but the real surprise is still ahead. Stay with me. Peel P50. The Peel P50 is the tiniest car ever made, literally a one-seat marvel. Built in the 1960s on the Isle of Man, it redefined what a city car could be. Standing barely 1 meter tall and 1.3 meters long, it could disappear in a parking spot. With only 3 wheels, it looked more like a toy than a functional vehicle. Despite its absurd size, it could carry a driver and a small bag of groceries. It became famous for its ability to squeeze through the narrowest urban streets. People couldn't believe a car so small could even exist or move on real roads. The P50 challenges everything we think about space, mobility, and practicality. Weighing just 59 kilograms, the Peel P50 was unbelievably lightweight. Its 49cc engine could reach up to 38 miles per hour, enough to navigate city traffic safely. It had no reverse gear, so drivers had to physically lift and push it backward. Steering was simple but precise, perfect for maneuvering through tight corners. Windows wrapped around the tiny cabin, giving a surprisingly airy feel inside. Fuel efficiency was remarkable, requiring almost nothing to run for hundreds of miles. Every detail screamed minimalism, yet it performed its function brilliantly. It proved that compact design could be both functional and iconic at the same time. The Peel P50 quickly became a legend and a collector's dream worldwide. Its tiny size and quirky charm made it a pop culture phenomenon. Despite being impractical for most drivers, it inspired engineers to rethink city mobility. It holds the Guinness World Record for the smallest production car ever built. Enthusiasts still drive restored models today, marveling at their absurdity and ingenuity. The P50 showed that innovation doesn't need scale, just a bold idea and clever design. It remains a symbol of eccentric engineering and fearless imagination. Few cars make people smile like the Peel P50, a tiny vehicle with a huge personality. You think that was impressive? The next one is on another level. Reliant Robin. One of the quirkiest three-wheeled cars ever built, the Reliant Robin turned heads in the 1970s. Known for its single front wheel, it looked wobbly and often earned a reputation for tipping. Compact and lightweight, it became a symbol of British ingenuity and economy. Bright colours and boxy shapes made it impossible to ignore on city streets. Drivers loved it for affordability and low running costs, despite its quirks. Its odd handling sparked both laughter and fascination wherever it appeared. Urban commuters quickly learned to respect its limitations while enjoying its charm. Few cars managed to be both practical and comedic at the same time. Weighing barely over 500 kilograms, it maneuvered easily through traffic jams. An 850cc engine provided enough power for everyday city driving. Cornering required caution due to the three-wheel layout, adding to its legend. Small dimensions allowed effortless parking in crowded urban spaces. Fuel efficiency was remarkable, making it a top choice for budget-conscious drivers. Suspension was simple but functional, keeping short trips surprisingly smooth. Despite unconventional engineering, it delivered reliable performance for decades. Every design decision emphasized simplicity, economy, and unmistakable character. Cultural icons often feature the Robin, from comedy sketches to cartoons. It taught drivers to respect physics while enjoying its playful nature. Collectors now prize well-maintained models for rarity and charm. The three-wheel design inspired other micro cars and creative city vehicles. Practical on streets but tricky on highways, it thrived in urban settings. Car enthusiasts celebrate its uniqueness at meetups and shows worldwide. Its bold design reminds us that imagination often outweighs convention. Even today, the Reliant Robin remains an eccentric symbol of British automotive history. What you've seen so far is nothing. Now it gets serious. Zundap Janus. Microcar innovation reached new heights with Zundap Janus in the 1950s. Doors at both ends allowed passengers to enter from the front or back effortlessly. Its compact frame made weaving through tight European streets effortless. Bubble-shaped windows and rounded contours gave it an almost futuristic look. 4 people could fit surprisingly comfortably despite the tiny dimensions. Curious onlookers often stopped to admire its split-cabin design. Bold engineering choices made it unforgettable among post-war automobiles. Experiencing it in motion feels like stepping into a rolling experiment. Every journey in Janus turns a mundane street into an extraordinary experience. A rear-mounted 245cc two-stroke engine powered the small vehicle efficiently. Front-to-back seating created an unusual perspective for the driver and passengers. Steel body panels kept weight low while maintaining structural strength. Suspension handled bumps better than expected for a micro car of its era. Its short wheelbase allowed sharp turns without excessive effort. Windows curved around the cabin, maximizing natural light and visibility. Every component reflected resourceful thinking under post-war constraints. Janus challenged conventional ideas about what a practical car could be. Ingenious touches like dual access and lightweight design set it apart. Few units remain, turning surviving Janus cars into prized collector treasures. Its daring layout inspired other European microcars during the 1950s and 60s. Automotive enthusiasts praise it for creativity, charm, and originality. Although impractical today, it embodies inventive problem-solving at its finest. Exhibits at museums showcase its unusual design and engineering ingenuity. Janus proves that small vehicles can make a big impression on history. Drivers and spectators alike still marvel at its split-door concept. Decades later, it remains an enduring symbol of post-war innovation and imagination. Its legacy continues to challenge designers to think beyond conventional limits. Just hold on, because the next one shouldn't even exist. Messerschmitt KR200. Innovation took flight on three wheels with Messerschmitt KR200 in the 1950s. Its bubble-shaped cabin resembled a tiny aircraft more than a traditional car. Tandem seating positioned the driver and passenger one behind the other for balance. Lightweight construction allowed remarkable agility despite a modest engine. Every corner attracted curious onlookers, fascinated by its unusual design. KR200 redefined urban mobility after the war with bold imagination. Aerodynamic curves combined style with practicality in a compact frame. Sliding canopy doors added flair, while making the entry feel like stepping into a cockpit. Inside, every control and detail reflected aviation-inspired innovation. A rear-mounted 191cc two-stroke engine powered the tiny vehicle efficiently. Front suspension and three-wheel layout provided surprisingly stable handling. Steel body panels minimized weight while maintaining rigidity and safety. Aerodynamic styling allowed speeds up to 56 miles per hour, impressive for a microcar. Tandem seating maximized space while enhancing streamlined design. Fuel efficiency was exceptional, ideal for post-war city commuting. Every engineering choice emphasized cleverness over convention. Canopy design and compact dimensions made parking effortless and fun. KR200 pushed boundaries, blending flight-inspired design with road functionality. Surviving KR200s are rare and highly prized by collectors worldwide. Its distinctive aircraft-like look influenced other microcars and city vehicles. Enthusiasts celebrate it for originality, engineering ingenuity, and historical value. Though unconventional, it demonstrated that small cars could be practical and thrilling. Museums preserve their legacy as an icon of post-war automotive creativity. Drivers and spectators continue to marvel at its tandem seating and canopy design. KR200 shows that audacity and clever design can overcome conventional limits. Decades later, it remains a symbol of daring innovation and imagination. Every encounter with it inspires new ideas in compact vehicle design. And now, a piece of technology you never imagined. Davis Divan. Three-wheeled innovation reached new extremes with Davis Divan in the 1940s. Its streamlined, futuristic body looked more like a spaceship than a car. Seating for three in a single row created a unique divan layout inside. Curved glass windows and smooth contours gave it a sleek, aerodynamic profile. Engineers designed it for speed and efficiency, defying conventional expectations. Drivers immediately noticed its lightweight frame and unusual stability. Crowds flocked to see it, fascinated by its blend of style and daring design. Davis Divan offered more than transport, it was a bold statement of creativity. Every feature reflected an attempt to revolutionize personal vehicles in a post-war era. Powered by a rear-mounted four-cylinder engine, it could reach impressive speeds for its class. Three wheels allowed for tight turns while maintaining a surprisingly smooth ride. Steel, and aluminum construction kept weight low without sacrificing strength. Innovative seating maximized interior space while keeping the car compact outside. Aerodynamic bodywork reduced drag and enhanced fuel efficiency for city and highway. Every curve and panel was crafted to balance style with engineering function. Its lightweight chassis contributed to quick acceleration and easy maneuverability. Davis Devan challenged designers to rethink what small vehicles could achieve. Attention to detail reflected a daring approach to automotive design that few attempted. Few Davis Devans exist today, making surviving models extremely rare and collectible. Its daring shape inspired other microcars and three-wheel designs in the 1940s and 50s. Collectors prize it for originality, engineering creativity, and historical significance. Though unconventional, it proved that small cars could combine beauty and performance. Museums showcase it as a symbol of post-war ingenuity and innovation. Drivers and spectators continue to marvel at its divan-style seating and futuristic design. Its legacy demonstrates how bold ideas can challenge the automotive industry. Decades later, it remains an icon of eccentric, forward-thinking car design. Davis Devan reminds us that imagination often drives innovation further than tradition. Don't blink, or you might miss what's coming next. Norman Timms Special. Innovation met speed with the Norman Timms Special, a one-of-a-kind 1930s marvel. Sleek curves and a low-slung body made it look like it had jumped straight from a racing track. Its handcrafted design turned heads wherever it appeared, a true road-going masterpiece. Aluminum panels and precision engineering gave it a lightweight yet sturdy frame. Drivers immediately noticed its aggressive stance and unique proportions. Every angle of the car exuded elegance and a daring sense of style. Timms's vision pushed the boundaries of what custom-built cars could achieve. It combined aesthetics, performance, and individuality in one striking package. Owning it was more than transport, it was a statement of ambition and flair. Powered by a robust V8 engine, it could sprint with surprising speed for its era. Suspension and chassis were tuned for both smooth cruising and spirited cornering. Hand-formed body panels reflected meticulous craftsmanship rarely seen today. Low center of gravity enhanced stability, allowing sharp turns at higher speeds. The interior featured minimalistic yet functional controls, focused entirely on driving. Every mechanical component was chosen for performance, not convenience. Lightweight design amplified acceleration and handling precision on open roads. Aerodynamic curves reduced drag while giving it an unmistakable racing look. Norman Timms's engineering genius turned a custom car into an icon of the 1930s. Few examples survive, making the Norman Timms Special an ultimate collector's treasure. Its daring design influenced future American custom-built and sports cars. Enthusiasts admire it for craftsmanship, originality, and historical significance. Though rare, it demonstrates how creativity and engineering can merge seamlessly. Museums celebrate it as an emblem of bold, independent automotive design. Spectators continue to marvel at its low-slung profile and elegant lines. It showed that personal vision could redefine what a road car should be. Decades later, the Norman Timms Special remains a symbol of individuality and audacity. Every encounter with it proves that innovation often comes from fearless imagination. And here it is, a true glimpse into the future. Dymaxion Car. Buckminster Fuller's Dymaxion Car in the 1930s looked like a vehicle from the future. Its teardrop shape and elongated body turned heads wherever it appeared. Rear-wheel steering allowed tight, almost impossible turns for its size. Three wheels combined with aerodynamic curves created a machine unlike any other. Passengers enjoyed surprisingly spacious interiors despite the car's narrow footprint. Spectators were fascinated as it glided down streets like a floating craft. Efficiency, speed, and fuel economy were all packed into one daring design. Every detail showcased a radical departure from conventional automobiles. Sitting inside felt like piloting both a car and a small aircraft at the same time. A Ford V8 engine powered the Dymaxion, giving it impressive speed for the era. Lightweight aluminum panels kept the vehicle agile while maintaining strength. Rear-wheel steering made navigating sharp corners effortless, and unique aerodynamic styling minimized drag, improving fuel economy and stability. Forward-facing seats allowed comfort for passengers while keeping the design compact. Suspension balanced ride quality with the unusual three-wheel configuration. Every element reflected Fuller's vision for rethinking how cars could operate. Safety standards were basic, but engineering creativity was unmatched. Dymaxion demonstrated that unconventional thinking could redefine personal transport. Few Dymaxion cars exist today, making them extremely rare collector treasures. Its futuristic body and unusual layout inspired later experimental vehicles. Museums showcase their daring engineering and radical aesthetics for enthusiasts. While impractical for mass production, it symbolized pushing limits in automotive design. Every surviving model tells a story of creativity defying standard conventions. Collectors and car lovers admire its aerodynamic silhouette and visionary construction. Decades later, Dymaxion continues to influence designers of experimental transport. It proved mobility could be reimagined in bold, striking ways. Fuller's creation remains a timeless example of fearless, forward-thinking engineering. Which of these insane vehicles would you actually drive if you could? Comment below and let us know your favorites might surprise you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more wild automotive history. These cars prove that imagination doesn't have limits, and neither should your curiosity. Thanks for watching, and remember, the world of rare cars is even stranger than you think.